Some of you may know the Reduced Shakespeare Company. I've never seen their work, but amongst other shows, they perform the complete works of Shakespeare in one evening. Their website states 37 plays in 97 minutes. They also actually do in one evening the Bible, brackets abridged, although that's not why I mention them tonight. I've not seen their work, but I imagine that it has the merit of forcing the writers to identify key themes in a complex story. You may think I'm taking on a similarly ambitious agenda tonight in discussing a history of Muslim views of the Bible. My aim is to tell the story of some of the different Muslim engagements with the Bible and to identify some of those key themes. We live in a city whose famous Ashmolean Museum has just opened after major renovation. One recent writer on my theme for today asks whether the Bible for Muslims is a set of museum pieces, interesting only if you like looking at old, discarded objects. Yet at the same time, the existence of previous scriptures in some form is mentioned in around 150 Quranic verses, using the terms Tawrat for Torah, which can also mean the entire Hebrew Bible, Zabur for Psalms, and Injil for Gospel in the singular. Other more general terms are also used, such as kitab or book. How these Quranic terms are understood by Muslims, of course, varies. Some understand them as pristine scripture now lost, others as still existing but mixed with error, others as the versions of these works extant today. So the topic is an issue not just for those interested in Muslim-Christian dialogue, but for students of the Quran itself. The umbrella title for today's event, Towards Understanding Each Other's Scriptures, could therefore be seen as of sharp interest both for relations between faiths, but also for shedding light on some Quranic verses. I'll take a few minutes to look at some background issues before we look at the Quran and the unfolding history. What do we mean by understanding each other's scriptures? To know them well? To sympathize with them? To know the history of how their followers have interpreted them? All of these are possible answers. The value of tracing the history of interpretation of a scripture is to put in context present-day attempts to understand, whatever meaning we give to that word. That history can help us avoid repeating pitfalls and build on good insights